Welcome back, folks, to Let's Play Broken Sword, Shadow of the Templars. When last we left off, George was on the trail of the clown, and the trail has led him here, into the sewers. We found a few items, and there's only one possible way that we can actually get up out of here, barring the way we came in. And unless the clown descended into the actual sewer water itself, this is the only way out. Let's go. Let's hope we get a friendly reception, shall we? Hello!
Hi there.
Hold it right there, you sewer rat. I knew you'd come back, and now I've got you.
What are you talking about?
You're trespassing. Come out of there, immediately.
That's what I'm trying to do. Give me your hand.
Ha! You won't catch me with tricks like that.
Fair enough.
Keep your distance, monsieur.
Okay.
Now, what were you looking for?
Well, would you believe me if I said that I was looking for a clown? Looking for a telephone. I don't think I'm going to find one of those in the sewers. Yep, I think a clown is probably the best option. It is the honest one.
I was looking for a clown.
Huh, ridiculous. Do you really expect me to believe that?
He planted a bomb in the cafe and blew it up.
What? The cafe? Blown up? Mon Dieu! That is awful. And you say the person responsible was dressed as a clown?
That's right. He blew up the cafe, escaped into the sewer, changed his clothes, and came up here.
Ah, mon Dieu! Then, the man I chased, do you think that man and the clown are one and the same?
Well, yes, it had crossed my mind.
Ah, that still does not explain what you are doing down the sewer. For all I know, you are in league with him.
Oh no, I'm just a tourist.
Haha, most tourists are content with the Eiffel Tower, the Louvre, or the Pigalle. I didn't realize my waste pipes were such an attraction.
To be fair, the architecture and engineering involved to build those very old sewers is quite a feat all its own. But I get the feeling this man is not going to be a very cooperative person to ask questions to. We'll try anyway.
Was the guy you saw carrying a briefcase?
I didn't notice. Now are you going to leave? Or do I have to call the police?
We could just leave, but we have more questions to ask.
Do you know the waitress at the cafe?
Oh, she isn't hurt, is she?
No, she's fine.
Oh, thank heavens. A poor girl like her isn't safe with the likes of you roaming the streets.
Can't you understand? I'm not a gangster. I'm an American tourist.
Ah, that's what you say.
That's the truth, but I don't think you're going to believe me. Let's keep asking questions.
Does the name Plantar mean anything to you?
No, it doesn't. Who is he?
The man who was killed in the cafe. I'm gonna find the guy responsible. I'll find him. Even if it means following him down every sewer in every city in Europe.
Ah, you'll need some sensible boots. You won't get far in those stupid sneakers.
Never mind the fact that you completely glossed over George's determination to find this killer no matter where the killer is. You are right, he probably does need some better shoes.
Tell me about the man you apprehended.
What is there to tell? He was a typical criminal type. Just like you.
So we're not going to get very far with that. We could start asking about various pieces of equipment, but they're probably just going to draw suspicion to us.
Take a look at this false nose.
I've never seen it before in my life.
Fair enough. What about the tissue?
What does this tissue mean to you?
Nothing, monsieur. It's disgusting. What on earth possessed you to show it to me? Someone had emptied their nostrils into it.
Well, I suppose actually when you think about it, why would I show that to anyone? What about this manhole cover thing?
This is what I used to open the manhole cover.
Just as I thought. You were up to no good down those sewers, weren't you?
One slip and I would have been up to my neck.
Finally, there's this piece of fabric we can look at, but I don't think he's going to be really friendly about it.
Do you recognize this material?
I am not telling you anything.
He is not going to tell us anything. In fact, he has just basically been obstructive whenever he's not been concerned about the waitress or inadvertently giving a detail or two away. I think it's now time just to lie. Remember what I said before, that I was going to be completely and totally honest? Yeah, throw that out the window, because right now, lying is the best way to get information out of this man. And that would be pretending to be Detective Rosso.
Perhaps you'd like to take a look at my card?
What is this? Inspector Augustin Rosso? What does that say? Hominoid Division?
A homicide. I think the ink's smudged.
Then you are not a tourist.
Okay, I'm not. I lied to you. And I'm sorry.
Don't apologize, monsieur. You know, I had a feeling there was something different about you. It is your posture, your poise. Oh, yes. There is no mistaking the bearing of a disciplined man. And I should know. I was in the army, you know. When I was your age, I was fighting for my life in the African desert. How can I help you, Inspector?
Let's start over from the beginning and tell it just like it was.
Indeed. Now, basically all of the choices are refreshed with the exception of the card, which is no longer an option. Let's start talking from the beginning. To start with, do you actually know the person that is now dead?
Does the name Plantar mean anything to you?
No, monsieur. Who is he?
The man who was killed in the cafe. I'm gonna find the guy responsible. I'll find him. Even if it means following him down every sewer in every city in Europe.
Bravo!
You see, now he's actually encouraging about this.
Tell me about the man you apprehended.
He was a mean one, monsieur. He grabbed me in an arm lock, his face suddenly next to mine. His grip was like iron, but he did not know what he was up against. Oh no, he made a big mistake when he took on one of the desert hyenas.
Yes, I get the picture.
Let's ask about the waitress.
Do you know the waitress at the cafe?
So you don't want to hear about my experiences in the desert? I fought to make this country what it is today.
I'm sure you did, but I'm a little short of time.
We need to get to the bottom of what's going on here.
Do you know the waitress at the cafe?
You can't suspect her, surely.
Just answer the question, please.
Yes, I know her. Quite well, you could say. She came to work at the cafe 7 months ago. I look forward all week to the relief she gives me when she visits.
Really? So you'd miss her if she wasn't there?
Oh, mais oui. Who else would I find to cut my toenails?
Who else indeed, sir? Let's ask about that briefcase.
Was the guy you saw carrying a briefcase?
Why, yes, he was. Clutched in his arms like a baby.
That belonged to his victim.
Oh, what do you think was in it? Drugs? Stolen jewels?
I don't know, but the killer thought it was worth a man's life.
Nothing is worth that, monsieur.
Well, let's start asking about the items we have. We could ask about the tissue again. Why not?
Did I show you this tissue?
Oui, monsieur.
Yes, we did.
Take a look at this false nose.
Aha! That looks like a clown's nose to me.
Precisely. He must have dropped it in his panic.
Unless he wanted you to find it.
Why would he want to do that?
To put you off the scent.
That is a theory, but I don't think it's much of one. We did very much see a clown. Could be a different clown nose with a name in it.
Did I show you my tool?
Oui, monsieur. Just like mine. Except that it is much smaller.
Fair enough. What about the fabric?
Does this piece of material mean anything to you?
That is the same cloth as the jacket I found. I'd recognize that pattern anywhere.
Oh, now we have a conversation topic down here. The jacket.
Now, about the jacket you found. Do you have it here?
No, monsieur. One of the sleeves was badly torn, so I sent it for repair. A pity, because otherwise it was a fine piece of quality tailoring. It had the tailor's name inside on the label.
That's progress.
Where did you send the jacket?
I gave it to an itinerant Romani seamstress.
Just my luck.
Well, maybe you know where this actually is, so we can go and ask the person for the jacket.
Was there anything in the jacket pockets?
Not a sou. You know what I think?
Do tell me.
He changed out of the clown suit and cunningly disguised himself as an ordinary person.
Looks like I'm up against a mastermind.
A mastermind or someone with any modicum of common sense.
What was the name on the label?
It was a foreign name. Todrick, I think.
Did you get the address?
There wasn't one, monsieur. Only a telephone number.
Well, I don't expect you to remember a phone number you've only seen once.
74 98 08 59.
You're kidding. That's his phone number?
Yes, that's it. A little trick with numbers that I learned in the desert. I was taught the technique by a Tuareg shaman.
That's incredible.
It comes in handy at the supermarket checkout. Do I get a reward?
Honesty, monsieur, is its own reward.
Then I'm glad I do not rely on honesty to pay the bills.
Indeed. There's really not much more we can do here, though. We basically have to leave now. We've asked about all the items in our inventory, and we've got that phone number. So I think it's now time to go.
I have to be going. Thanks to your help, the citizens of Paris can sleep a little easier tonight.
Vraiment? I was only doing my duty, monsieur. Good luck, Inspector. I hope you catch that killer soon. I'll let you out.
Let's go.
I hope you find your man, Inspector.
So do I.
And we are back outside here. The man working here is not here still. That was a really long break that he's now on. He's going to get into so much trouble with his boss. I wonder what this is.
There was nothing inside the tent except a large toolbox.
I thought it was not actually the tent and it was more the barrier there, but let's actually use that phone. We have people we need to talk to. We could, well, we can't ring that because that is, that's a horse. There is a number here. There is also, don't know where you got the letter B from there, but okay. And there's also Nicole. Why did you draw a picture of her face? Okay, fair enough, George, if it helps you remember who she is.
Bonjour, Kula.
Oh, hi. It's George Stobart, the American at the cafe.
Ah, oui.
You said to call if I could help.
Have you any news for me?
You bet. I met a witness who spoke to the clown. And I know where the killer gets his suits.
No kidding. Hey, I'm impressed.
You are? Well, it wasn't easy.
Look, why don't you come here to my apartment?
Fine. Where do you live?
361 Rue Jarry.
Okay, I'll come right over.
And indeed, we will. There's only one way you can get there, and that's by going off the screen here. And then we'll get into a sort of a hub area, so to speak, for Paris. And some of the areas we can go to, like the cafe, or the police station. But we want to go to where Nicole is. So, let's go. And arrive we have. Here we go. We'll just walk over here as it seems to be the only place of significance. Let's look at those flowers first.
I inhaled deeply, expecting to experience the scent of the flowers. What I got was traffic fumes.
That's not much of a flower. And there's really not much else here, though. There are a few things we can look at here. Let's have a look at these first.
I glanced without much interest at the fruit. It was dusty, shriveled, and tired looking.
Oh. What about the clothes? Are they any good? Expensive? New?
It wasn't the style of the clothes in the shop that caught my eye, but the prices. The same amount of money would feed a starving family for the rest of their lives. I guess people who buy that kind of stuff don't have a problem with their consciences.
Any different description over here?
The window was full of overpriced clothes for overprivileged women.
Well, might as well go and talk to the lady here. Maybe she has some information about Nicole. Maybe. Who knows? Hello?
Oh, hi.
Bonjour, monsieur. Would you like me to foretell your future?
No thanks.
I'm very good, and it only takes a minute.
Thanks all the same, but I'm not superstitious. Besides, if it only takes a minute, that's not much of a future to look forward to.
Also, I've completely changed my mind immediately. Why don't you tell me about it?
I've changed my mind. Will you tell my fortune?
You're going on a long journey.
My, oh my. What a surprise. Can you tell me anything I don't already know?
10 francs, please, my dear.
10 francs? That's a ripoff.
Please yourself.
So, you're not going to pay then?
How does this fortune-telling routine work?
If I knew that, I wouldn't be selling flowers for a living.
Haven't you ever wondered why you were blessed with the gift?
Well, it's a bit like satellite television, I suppose. Some of us are born with a built-in receiver dish. I just happen to be one of the lucky ones.
Let's keep talking about that.
Can you really foretell the future?
Only time will tell, monsieur. The strange thing is, I can't seem to see myself in the future. Other people, I have no problem. But when I try to see what might happen to me, nothing.
That must be scary.
Maybe. I figure it's a kind of natural safety mechanism. Either that, or I don't have a future.
That's kind of grim.
Do you know a young woman called Nicole Collard?
Yes, I do. She lives upstairs from me, in the apartment block across the street. The door isn't locked, but you'll need to give it a gentle nudge. It sticks, you see, because of the damp. The landlord said he'd fixed it before winter sets in. He's been saying that for 3 years.
So no, he's not going to fix it then.
How long has Mademoiselle Collard lived here?
A few months. She's in for a shock when the cold weather comes. Drafty windows, insufficient heating. It's a struggle to keep warm. The only reason I stay is because the rent is cheap. Your young lady, she deserves better.
Oh?
I thought Mademoiselle Collard was a successful photographer.
Not as successful as she makes out for all her fine clothes. Oh, I've heard her crying herself to sleep at night.
That's awful.
Now don't you let on that I've told you. She's proud, that one. Too proud, if you ask me.
Alright, we won't. We won't, let slip that you told us that.
Are the flowers for sale?
Oui, monsieur.
Okay. I'll take a bunch of those white ones.
I wouldn't do that if I was you.
No?
They are lilies, monsieur. Some people associate them with death.
Yikes. Well, thanks for telling me.
Well, we're not going to be buying those.
What other flowers do you have?
Dahlias?
What do they signify?
Insecurity.
I don't want to give her the wrong idea about me.
Yeah, it's a bad idea.
What about the tall yellow ones?
Those are iris, the flame of passion.
And the little yellow ones?
Sensuality.
Well, they're no use to me. I want to make an impression, not jump down her throat.
Well, I don't think we're going to be buying any flowers then.
What can you tell me about this tissue?
Nothing?
Fair enough.
Do you recognize this nose?
No, monsieur.
What about the manhole cover tool that I'm probably going to be using for the rest of the game?
What do you make of this tool?
Is it something a dentist would use?
No, it's for raising manhole covers.
Formidable.
Okay, one more question. What about this fabric?
What can you tell me about this material?
It's a very expensive piece of cloth, monsieur.
And that's about it. Fair enough.
See you later.
That's right, monsieur. You will.
That's rather ominous there. Well, I'm very surprised that a car hasn't just driven down this road and nearly hit us. It must be a very quiet little side street, considering how busy this part of the road is. This is actually a part where you could say that there was the ceaseless drone of traffic, George. Back at that cafe, that was not the ceaseless drone of traffic. That was the quiet occasional hum of traffic. Very different. And so, when we come back, we shall be going up to these apartments and talking to Nicole. And with any luck, we'll make some steady progress in discovering just who that clown is. So, I'll catch you next time, folks. And I'll see you then. Later. I wonder if there are any of those flowers that George could buy at all that would be even vaguely useful. Normally, flowers at least have some sort of purpose in a point-and-click adventure game. Maybe we'll get some flowers later. Who knows, folks? Who knows? Later.